Chef Imran, you've cooked in kitchens around the world. Well,
okay lah.
Don't be so modest lah. You've been around lah.
Okay.
Is there a difference between, in your opinion, the chefs here in Singapore and those overseas?
A lot of difference. I might get short saying something like this. The locals in Singapore, local chefs, they, from what I see, from what I observe, they are not ready to do the hard way.
What do you mean by the hard way?
The hard way, which means especially the cleaning, especially cleaning the hoods sometimes. Whereas when I do, when I go overseas in the Middle East, because they are already they go there for destination and okay, I'm here to work. Whatever work they give me, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So that's they are already the mindset. But local Singapore, this one I cannot. I don't wanna. Tomorrow I cabut.
What do you mean? When cleaning hoods?
Yeah, I mean like
the cooker hoods,
the heavy cleaning, the
heavy
detailed cleanings.
Yeah.
And maybe they have to do some very chalat prep.
Okay.
Some wouldn't make it the next day.
Really? But I've always thought that all the preparation work and all that and the cleaning stuff and the chefs don't actually do it.
Some still do. For me, I still do sometimes.
So in your opinion, chefs ought to do that?
They have to try. I mean, they have to go through the whole entire process of making sure the area is clean. When you start doing detailed cleaning, you start to feel, I need to make sure I manage my station very well. Otherwise, when it's time to detail cleaning, I very chalat.
But how about culinary standards between local chefs and chefs from overseas? Do you think we're comparable? Singaporean chefs.
Depends also.
Your opinion.
The guys that I've hired for Oman especially, they're actually quite very skilled because I've got a sous chef from Peru, I've got a local pastry chef from Oman, so they're actually pretty up there.
Right.
Only that it's not Singaporean. We are so used to sunrise is good. Our culinary students are really trained and brought up really well. But I was surprised. There are many other countries that produce actually really good chefs too.
Yeah, but compared to our local guys, I mean, how do our local guys really stand, in terms globally?
I think it's still individual when it comes to work.
What do you think, Chef Benny?
Okay, maybe my circle of chefs that I'm working with is small. It's chef and my house. And then my experience working from overseas, I think a chef from overseas are more disciplined. More disciplined in terms of like what you say, cleaning of the space, and I have to remind my chef, hey, I'm in Canada, and then the chef, when they talk about cleaning the place, it's not like what they're doing, they really deep fry also scrub, you soda and scrub
it's
down one,
It's spotless every day.
That kind of, when I was in London working at the Jamie Oliver restaurant, is very, very disciplined. So I guess probably I have not went to other kitchen and work. I think we still have a long way to learn from chef from above. So I will look at it. We have very, very good and talented chefs.
Yes.
Which I have the privilege to meet them and then to,
But we know that Chef Benny hires ex-offenders to work for him, which is great, what you're doing. And a lot of people in Singapore know about that story. But Chef Imran, can you tell everyone about what is Chef Without Borders?
World Chef Without Borders is actually
World Chef Without Borders. I beg your pardon. Yeah.
It's not it's like a really big non-for-profit
Not-for-profit.
non-for-profit organization.
Right.
What they do is they do a lot of chef social responsibility. So we do fundraising. We help. Like the last time I was in Vietnam to cook for 500 people. So actually this year we were supposed to go to Cambodia
Wow.
to cook for 14,000 and Angkor Wat, but it couldn't happen.
When you say cook, I'm sorry, let me interrupt you here. If you say cook, and these are for kids,
for underprivileged, villagers.
right?
Yeah, we do the kind of work.
Mass cooking or
Mass cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very interesting because we were supposed to cook at Angkor Wat.
Right. In Angkor Wat itself. Wow.
So that's really cool. It didn't happen.
Yeah, sadly.
So but what I have to point out is being a chef. People thought chef is just someone who cooks, but we can actually do more than that.
Okay.
When you don this jacket, you can actually do more than you can do. Fundraising, dinner fundraising. I actually these little things like stop waste, search for sustainable products. So these are the little things that chefs do that people don't actually see.
Yeah, which is the reason why I'm asking, because I want people to know through the show that things like this are going on, that there are members, your colleagues, compatriots in your industry who come together to do good for others. I mean, Chef Benny is doing his bit, every single day commercially. That's his business, right? And you're doing this as well. How often does this happen actually? Is this an annual affair or biannual affair?
It's annually. In Myanmar, they do it like almost every month.
Right. And the chefs in Singapore, how many, just about estimated, how many local Singapore chefs actually get involved into this action?
There's quite a bit, quite a number of chefs that actually have participated in this World Chef Without Borders. The last time in Myanmar, there were like 5 to 10 people in Singapore who does that as well.
Okay, who all flew down at their own expense.
All at their own expenses. They give their own donations, and more importantly, they share their time, they share their knowledge, and they share their wealth to be part of this.
I think that's cool. That is so good. That is so good. Man, I saw that on your jacket, so that's the reason why I raised this question. Now let's talk about service. The local Singapore service from your restaurant staff per se, generally across the board on the island. Don't you feel that when you're overseas, the waiting staff seem to be more service oriented? Would you agree with that statement?
Agree.
You would, okay.
Yes.
Certain sense.
In some way, yeah.
Okay, so since you've agreed with me, do you do anything about that towards your own establishments where your waiting staff or service staff is concerned?
For my 18 chefs, we're not a service restaurant.
Okay.
And then you pay. You get a seat, you pay first. Then I see the money coming in and I cook for you.
Okay.
You're going to be selling it at a very affordable, price.
Okay.
For the other meat restaurant is a service.
Yes.
One thing the pandemic has taught us, if you ever start a food business or restaurant, you really seriously thinking about your costs, food costs, labor costs. This is what this pandemic has taught me. In the past we have just hired a lot of people, and we somehow neglected that we have a business to run. So I would say that in Singapore, if you're going to have a full, you pay the 10% service charge.
Yes.
And then you will run a restaurant. It's very difficult to in business sense.
Why?
I would say that if you're talking about service standard, definitely overseas they are.
Because there's a tipping culture.
There's a tipping culture.
Okay.
In Singapore, we do not have.
Right.
Probably this is one of the we lost to that. You know, for example, in Canada, we just came back and started a restaurant there. They do not state it there. You need to pay 15% tips. Definitely, you need to pay around the 15%. You cannot, when this is a $10, you cannot say you put $10.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Unspoken
rule.
Unspoken rule.
Yep.
You know, Singapore, we do not have that. I mean, we will. I would say that that tipping part actually
Helps motivate servers.
Motivate server, and then in Singapore, where you look at the restaurant that really, once you come in and you're going to serve you, and then they're going to take care of you till you go off, I think this restaurant will not last.
So based
Doesn't make business sense.
Based on what you said, do you guys think that tipping culture in Singapore would ever work? That first of all, customers will, we would really appreciate it, work on it, as well as service get better, because now service staff are getting better, remuneration, if you will. So, do you think it could ever happen here in Singapore? Would it be good for business?
I don't think it will happen in the very near future.
I do. I mean, I tip servers when they do a really good job, because they deserve it. But in general, I'm not so sure though.
But I do know that in Singapore, when you tip a server, the tip actually goes into a general tip jar that's going to be split equally amongst all the staff. Is this right?
When I see a tip box, like a general tip box, I put the tip together with my receipt and give it personally to the server.
Okay.
And I especially tell that server, please don't put in the tip box. This is for you.
Right. Okay.
For my restaurant, is split among all the staff. Split among
That's
all
quite
the
a
staff.
common practice.
Not all the common practice.
No?
Not common practice.
Okay.
It's not common practice.
I've always thought it was.
Some of the restaurants, they will take a certain percentage for brokerage.
Okay.
Right.
And then some of the, and later goes back to the,
to the rest of the guys.
yes.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to move very quickly now, because all the other questions are kind of fun. So I'm just going to go very quickly on this. So let me just start with Chef Imran.
Okay.
What is your favorite local dish? And where can you find the best version of it?
Too much.
No. Cannot you just give me one favorite dish and tell everybody where can we go and find it? The best version. Okay, what you're thinking, Chef Benny, how about
Kambing
you?
soup, Upper Boon King.
Okay.
Must kena the torpedo.
The what? Sorry?
Torpedo.
What's torpedo?
The penis.
The who?
You can this official peanut soup.
No.
Not a bad word,
No way. Really? You mean they actually have that served in kambing soup?
You have everything: brains, tongue.
Oh fuck. Okay. Thanks.
But I love the ribs.
Upper Boon King,
Somehow I think that I will vouch for them as the best
This
kambing
is
soup.
But kambing soup or bak kut teh?
No, kambing soup.
Okay. Kambing
I
soup.
love the ribs. Sometimes the boss will say, "Hey Benny, today I got torpedo." Okay lah, whack lah.
Okay.
Okay.
Today I would just say I like to go to Pearl Harbor or something, and be torpedoed. Okay. What's yours?
Okay. Now I think about it. I love the satay and the experience at East Coast Park Lagoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to argue about that shit. But then again, quite pointless too. But just want to say this. Yes, everybody knows about the satay at the lagoon, East Coast Lagoon, Hawker Center, right? Yeah. Do you remember the old train station at Tanjong Pagar?
Yep.
Nasi biryani.
Yeah, that's one. The satay there at night lah, bruh.
Is it?
I tahu, but now no more already.
No, and the babat.
No more already.
I know no more already lah.
Oh.
But if you
My
ask me,
favorite, my
that was the
favorite
best.
satay is at Widang. I think they got a Michelin gourmand.
Oh.
You know, at this basement of this Golden Mile, this Malay store. We finish at 4-5 o'clock.
Wow.
Golden Mile. Golden Mile Complex.
Yes, Widang, Wedang. Google it.
Wedang.
I have never tried the
Golden
East
Mile
Coast one.
Complex. Okay.
And the one at Makan Sutra is very good.
Hey, I just want to tell these guys on Wedang and the kambing soup at Upper Boon Keng, and then you not told me yours yet. East Coast satay and all. Hey, East Coast. Hey, excuse me, I'm mentioning you on the show, no? So you know what to do, the next time, my next episodes or something, you go and bring some of these makan over here to the studio. You can always get the address. You just need to PM us on Facebook. We will tell you, okay? Only give you free advertising already. Okay, now let's move on. Chef Benny, what are your biggest achievements in your opinion?
My biggest achievement. Awards. Okay, I don't know whether it's award or what. I can't really think off the cuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think my greatest achievement.
Okay.
Let me think about it.
You might want to consider about the one at home, you know?
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Right.
Okay, Chef Imran, what's
Okay.
your biggest achievement?
For me, is to be able to stay humble after all this while.
So that's an
Yeah,
achievement.
it's hard. I've seen people go astray, but I am blessed to be able to stay humble and keep being open to learn new things.
Reminds me of a song. Doesn't it remind you of a song? Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble.
Yeah.
And
But
you're so right.
awards wise,
Mm.
I won the best newcomer restaurant in Oman,
Wow.
2018.
So you're very proud of that achievement, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Hard work, not only myself, the whole team, the whole front and back team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Always nice to win some stuff like that, especially something like the best. Now the next one you should go for maybe to be the GOAT. The GOAT, now kambing,
Goat,
kambing, all the newfangled terms are kambing. Good, no?
Greatest of
all time. Good. Meh. Okay. Chef Benny, your turn
As I
again.
look back, I think that like what you say, my wife.
Ah.
I consider
We had the same
that-
answer too.
I just hope you score
got,
brownie points.
I think that's the biggest achievement. Sometimes when I wake up at night, I don't even believe that I got married. I got married when I was 54. So what I'm trying to say is those who are in their 50s, don't worry. Still got chance.
Okay.
Don't worry. Still got chance. So go and jaga chan, okay?
But my lincah. Lincah important.
Oh, lincah. Must lincah. Okay.
Fast game.
Fast game. So, Chef Benny, honestly speaking, hearing your story and having read your story and listened to you today, and everything you said today, honestly, in my real, honest opinion, your biggest achievement, sir, in my mind, is your wife. I see it every day on Facebook. It is your wife, and that to me is real. To me, is real to almost everybody. Let me tell you, if it's real to me. Okay, Chef Benny, I'll start this question with you. What do you think are your biggest failures?
Okay, back in Kuwait, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have this big, huge steam kettle. So it's like a 220 liters kettle. So when you do mashed potatoes, you do in one big bulk.
Mm-hmm.
And so that this night, this guy was trying to clean the hoods, and he's always boiling water to pour on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and his leg went in.
Oh shit! And
That's the worst. We saw third-degree burns right in front of our eyes.
he lived.
Yeah.
Please tell me he lived.
He's alive,
Right.
but his right leg is not the same as.
Before, obviously.
Yep.
Oh Lord! How about you, Chef Benny?
Cut my fingers, you know, it bleed non-stop, and
Was that the
kind of
worst?
scenario.
Was that the worst accident?
I think that's the worst for me.
Okay.
For me.
But Chef Imran, what's your biggest failure, in your opinion?
Lessons. Biggest lessons is, especially like right now, when I reflect things, right?
Lessons.
As I'm so used to counting the chicks before it's hatched. So
Wait. Okay. Oh, euphemism. Okay. I was wondering which chick you can. All the chicks you've been counting. Okay.
you know, financially, I like, okay, I'm gonna get some money from this project. I'm gonna get some money from this project, and I plan it out. And this thing happened, and I got stuck a lot in financially.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the real biggest lesson I have for now.
Okay. It's not failure. You're right. It's a lesson.
Yeah. So I'm so used to like, oh, I have this contract and this contract. Okay, so I total up. Okay, I can live
Taking
by.
things for granted. Yeah. That shit will not hit the fan somehow, isn't it?
It does.
It does. Shit hits the fan, man. I've had my fair share of lots of shit hitting the fan. It's like diarrhea going to the fan. Yeah, believe me, been there, done that. Took hold of the freaking magnet to prove that shit too. Now, between the two of you, what is the most culinary trend that you wish would really die? You know what I mean? Lots of culinary trends out there, right? Bubble tea lah, this, that lah, all kinds of stuff lah. Korean stuff lah. I mean, newfangled things lah. You know, salted caramel and all that lah. Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think should die? Don't worry about
But
the haters,
when you
man.
mentioned trend, right?
Yeah, culinary trends. Yeah.
Automatically, I think it is gonna die
What is gonna
somewhere.
die?
Because it's a trend.
Any
It will go up,
culinary trend, you mean?
and you're gonna go up, and will go down.
That's a very massive, broad statement
Waiting
you
for
just
time,
made.
really.
Hey, dude. Okay. Let's hear from Chef Benny. What do you think? What do you think should die?
Should die. Dalgona. It gained so much of popularity, but I don't know. Will it stay long enough?
Oh fuck! I'm gonna censor this part off of my son. He's gonna go, what? Just when I said he made Dalgona coffee for his folks.
Right.
Okay. But you know, people have said many years ago that bubble tea is not gonna last. Bloody hell, this freaking thing lasted. And people crave for that. You know, they crave for that during the circuit breaker, remember?
Yes.
It was ridiculous, wasn't it? But I'm guilty. Not me. The wife, the boy. Order, hey, before they close up, you better order some. You know what? And I get bubble tea delivered to the house, and like, okay, I don't have a craving for that. You know, but lots of people are like, you know, I like that. They just want bits of BBT. Goodness, and the first time I saw BBT, call me an old fogey. I saw BBT. I said, what the hell is BBT? I know it's BLT. What the hell is BBT? Then it dawned upon me it's bubble tea. Okay. Jeez. Okay, but Dalgona coffee out the window, and you're saying anything that's culinary trending have got to get the fuck out the window, right?
It's just if you look statistically, it goes up a trend, and
but not bubble tea, dude.
not yet.
Okay, let me ask Chef Benny, what is the most challenging dish you've ever worked on?
Challenging dish.
Yeah.
Challenging dish. I remember when I was in last year when I was in Canada, we want to create a salted egg yolk crab, because we are Singapore team restaurant. Over there, you can't find your Sri Lanka crabs or your mud crabs. They only have Dungeness crab.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is not as tasty, and and then the Canadians are swearing by it. So I want to create something like Singapore. Chili crab, everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Singapore, most of the salted egg are from Unilever, right?
From Unilever, okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't. I went to Unilever in Canada and they don't have. So that we must have this. It represents Singapore. And so I went to supermarket. In Canada supermarkets, Asian supermarket, you can get anything except sea ham only because I sell laksa. I cannot find sea ham. Wakka lemongrass or whatever you can find. So I can't get that particular Unilever salted egg yolk powder. So I went to a Vietnamese supermarket. I got the yellow, the what do you call that? Salted egg yolk.
Duck egg, okay.
Huh? Only the yolk only, It cost me 50 eggs, $20 only Singapore dollar. So I, try to steam it and then grind into the powder, and it tastes better than the powder.
Yeah, correct.
But the color is not very nice.
Yeah.
The Unilever one is the yellow. You can really see that one. So I think so far this is the one dish that is challenging for me.
So how about you, Chef Imran? I cannot imagine what's challenging for you.
It's not challenging, but I need patience to do this dish. In Oman, there's this thing called shua. Shua is actually a lamb, whole lamb, that is cooked underground for 8 hours.
Wow.
So the embers of that firewood and everything will
so
cook.
you dig a hole.
You dig a hole. They have a metal rack, and the whole lamb is wrapped in banana leaf with all the spices marinated beforehand, and 8 hours in the ground. So you just have to wait patiently.
Any stuffing inside?
No stuffing, just marinate. And the magic after the 8 hours is worth every minute.
Can imagine that.
Tell you what, we go and find some empty plot of land that we're not going to get caught.
If you see any ground, any hole,
then we bring one kambing, we wrap the bugger, then after that we put the fella inside the ground, okay? Hey, producers, go and find some empty land, okay? We need to try out. Happy TV feast, we want kambing in the ground, okay? So please, go and do something about it.
Not lim chukang. Lim chukang, there's a lot of holes, but for different purpose though.
Hello. Not that it doesn't have to be 6 feet underground, right? Does it? Okay. Good grief. Okay. You guys, both of you achieved so much in your lives. Of course, naturally, ups and downs, lessons we learn, feedback we get. What's your next goal, Chef Benny?
My next goal is to retire.
Let me say all the best, and I encourage you to keep the businesses there anyway. Just forget everything, yeah? Awesome. And how about you, Chef Imran?
Circuit breaker makes me realize now that I actually love the time I spend with my family though. Being a full-fledged chef, I work like 12-14 hours a day, and this time in isolation is like, it's really heartwarming to spend a lot of time with the family. Yeah, with the girls, seeing them growing up, seeing them do homework.
Marvelous. That's been a marvelous time. For good families, that is, good parents, good folks. It's great. But of course, there are also those who are caught in a house with someone that's abusive. That's a different story. But we're good folk, and I can completely relate to what you're saying. But there are kids out there, young people as well, and they want to. Let's say, for example, they want to cook. They want to become chefs. What would be your biggest advice to them?
You have to go all in.
Okay.
100%. Otherwise, it's a really tough journey. I've been in this industry for like 20 plus years. It's been really tough. Some people like ask me, "Hey, Chef Imran, you are so lucky. You gone overseas and all." Yes, you've seen the good side, but there's a lot of things that I've gone through too.
Nothing is ever luck sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is that hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really that hard. Now that I'm here, you see the success, but all that struggles, all that climbing the mountain, you don't see.
So what's your advice?
Yeah, you have to really go all in and face all that struggle, or you don't.
And be willing to do it.
Yep.
And be committed.
Mm-hmm.
And work real freaking hard, right?
Freaking hard.
How about Chef Benny? What do you think? What's
I
your
would
take?
advise the so-called chef to try to go overseas and get as much experience as possible for you to succeed as a chef in Singapore.
You know, it's so funny. That's why I said earlier on the show, remember I said that maybe culinary arts should really be part and parcel of the arts per se, because we had an episode with a bunch of musos, great musicians, and a friend of ours, Stephen Francis, on the show. So really, I think you know him, right? Yeah, 40 plus years in the music business, and he also said, that you're gonna come into music like what you said, exactly the same thing, 100% all in. But also, he also said something else. Either you have it or you don't. But you got to go in all in, right? All vested, all in, which is great, and also good advice. Go overseas. Yeah, you did that. You were in. You said earlier you were in London at Jamie Oliver's, right? Yeah. Did you learn directly from him?
No.
Okay.
I learned from his kitchen team, because he's not in London most of the time.
Mm-hmm. So, but on this topic, at what age do you think parents should start entertaining their kids' interest in cooking?
As young as possible. As soon as they very interested in cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But most parents, when the kids start to say, "Oh, I want to be a chef," most parents, I've seen many parents and many friends.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I know what it's
maybe
gonna
you
say.
want to rethink.
There you go.
Yeah.
Every damn show, almost every damn show that I do, and I have people with me who are tattoo artists, who are musicians, and and then now I have a chef telling me exactly what these guys say. Parents have said, "No, if you want to be a musician, no way. Or if you want to be a tattoo artist, no way. Or now you're going to cook, no way." I said, you know what? To these I swear, sometimes to these guys, parents, can you just stop being so bloody narrow? If your kid loves something and he can be good at it and be happy to win and willing to work hard for it, don't discourage the child. Right? It's not about just making money. It's not just about the money chase. Yeah, it's important, but it cannot be in front of your face like a carrot on a stick. What's important is that you are happy every damn day, that you go to work and it's not really work.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm happy to go to do what I do every single day.
Exactly. Chef Benny, what's your take?
I think it's like what your musician friends say, that either you have or you don't have. It's that kind of that special calling.
Mm-hmm.
In my 30s, in my 40s, you ask me one day, will I be a chef? I doesn't know. I think it's best to let the child explore. Just like if the parents force the child to go for piano tuition, and then when it comes out, it might not be that kind of result. But if the child say, "I want to go for a piano lesson,"
Yes, from the heart, they really want to do it.
Yeah.
that is that different. Either you have or you don't have.
Yeah. I understand. The thing is if you're as parents, or any parent out there who's not like you guys, not doing what you guys do, how can a parent actually spot culinary talents in their kid? Is there anything at all, do you think, that when you observe the child that, this kid can cook? What would that be? How do you spot that? Is there a possibility? Is there a way?
For myself, when I was not trained, all these years. Only I have a very short stint at Jamie Oliver's restaurant. When I was in my primary school, I remember I have a Indian neighbor, which I always take into the house and see how that Indian lady cook. And then somehow I got to, I learned something from this lady. You know, when you cook fish curry, certain spice where you can't put certain spice. And then I remember when I was primary school, below primary 6, I can actually mix my own spice. It's very natural. Probably I always call myself a good replicable. I can replicate things very, very fast and quite accurately.
Okay.
I don't know I have this gift. I don't know that I have this gift for cooking, you know, even during that time. It's only in 1999 when I was 39 years old. I was a volunteer in a disaster relief team.
For which disaster?
Turkey earthquake, 1999. So my job is to build a tent and cook with doctors and nurses from Singapore and Malaysia. So we built tent. So my job is to cook. So each time when I cook something, and then when the doctor, nurse come and makan, they say, "Wow, Benny, your cooking is damn good. You know, you should have come out and do something about cooking." My point is, sometimes you have a gift you don't realize.
Okay.
You need another party to remind you, "Hey, you got this gift, you know." That year actually, that experience actually planted the idea of starting a restaurant.
Right.
1999. And I started my first restaurant in 2005.
Wow. Okay. So you're saying that sometimes you can't spot the talent. Even you wouldn't know it until someone else outside
reminds you.
What do you think, Chef Imran?
It's hard to say, especially when they are kids. But for my kids, they take down notes.
Right.
A lot of notes. They love watching MasterChef. Probably that's not a talent spotting anyways. But yeah, they show a lot of interest in cooking. Yeah.
Okay.
Though I say it's not talent spotting for cooking in the first place. Yeah.
So so MasterChef is not a platform that you don't think so in your opinion, huh?
I mean, naturally they
it's just entertaining, man. That's all it is, right? It's just freaking entertainment. And you have Gordon Ramsay down there shooting his mouth off with more colorful language than Chris Henson can actually, muster. But anyway, guys, thank you so very much. The deep questions are kind of over, but we've come to this part, which is actually the staple in KWC with our Kopi Kakis, the end of the show. It's called the quick fire round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking you questions, quick questions. You get to give me quick answers, okay? So let's say, for example, I shoot off a question. I point at any one of you. Give me your answer quickly. Yeah? Okay? So let's start. Then we can end off the show. Then everyone can go back home and
practice round
because you guys made me damn hungry. Okay. Now, here we go. Which primary and secondary school?
Chongta Primary School and Bartley Secondary School.
What's the primary school again?
Chongta Primary is
what the
extinct. Anyway.
It's extinct. Okay. Chongta Primary School.
Yeah.
And Bartley Secondary.
Bartley Secondary School, all boys school.
You had to emphasize the all boys part. Huh? Okay. Chef Benny, how about you?
Buckhall Primary School. Buckhall. And Market Drive, and is defunct now.
How do you spell that?
BIRKHALL.
Burkhall.
Buckhall.
Burkhall. Wow.
Secondary school is Queenstown Technical Secondary School and Bukit Merah Secondary School.
You went to right. One school then to the other one because you okay. Now let me start with Chef Benny. Who's your favorite band?
Favorite band, Metallica.
Whoa. Favorite band?
Nirvana.
Wow.
I grew up with Nirvana.
Fork or spoon?
Spoon.
Why?
I don't know.
Fork or spoon?
Fork.
It's just a quick fire. Fork, spoon, spoon.
Why fork?
I don't know.
Somebody, the guy who came up with these questions ought to be shot. Okay, now. He's good. He's actually glaring at me right now. Okay. If you could have done one thing in your life differently, what would that be? Chef Benny.
I will not took that packet of opium and nearly OD.
Okay, so that was a kopi cow problem, not that one.
Kopi kau habis.
Okay, how about Imran? How about you?
Not so quick fire, isn't it? No, I think I wouldn't change anything.
Okay. What's your biggest pet peeve about chefs?
Please be humble.
Okay, so the biggest thing about chefs that piss you off is that most of them are arrogant?
Maybe they look arrogant. Please be humble.
Okay. When this show gets aired, man, I think you better go on sabbatical for a few months.
Yeah.
How about you, Chef Benny?
I get arrows.
Chef.
Yeah, the biggest thing that pisses you off about chefs.
About arrogance.
Wow, same opinion. Same opinion. You don't need to take the sabbatical anymore because there'll be a couple of arrows that got to go spread thinly between the two of you. What is the first rule a new chef should learn to break?
Should learn to break.
Yeah.
Shortcuts.
So learn to break. Okay, that's fair. How about you?
Learn to break is
Is that a rule to begin with? Shortcuts? Okay. Hacks, you mean?
every rule is meant to be broken.
Holy shit.
Right.
Okay. So the first rule, you're saying all rules are meant to be broken or bent.
You go and find the shortest way to complete this meal. I would say although I give you the SOP, you can find the best way and then it might taste good.
He just said shortcut. Fuck. Okay. Now, Chef Imran. Hey, son, let go only, okay?
Okay.
Let go, What are the curse words you use in the kitchen? So you're not saying it on my show, huh? I'm the only one that looks like the real freaking. Okay, never mind. Yes.
Nabe.
That's it.
That's it.
So really, Chris, you gotta brush your freaking mouth. It depends. You just don't want to say it, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I've got 73 word vocabulary.
Yeah, you got like a halo over your head, dude. Okay. Now, this one, really fast one. Okay, both can give me answer. Okay, almost straight away. Okay, okay. Who's your favorite chef?
My mother.
Okay, wow, damn good.
Chef Benny.
Yola. Everybody always plays it bloody safe on my
Chef
shows.
Benny, my favorite chef.
Yeah. You going to meat house to makan because you just pay him so many compliments. You better drag me along, okay? Because it was done on this show. Right. This is gonna be these last two questions. Soup or salad?
Salad.
Why? Why?
I love greens.
Me too.
Hello, you're playing it safe, really.
Honestly, I love any salad.
That doesn't
But
sound
if
right.
you're talking
but
about
okay,
soup,
I'll
not
accept
the
it.
Western one, is the Chinese one.
I love any salad. I love any salad. You know the way you said it, it's like, hey, I love any salad. It's like sounds like a porn flick. Okay, never mind. Last question. Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Why? Why ice cream? What two of you? Same, no? Why, Why?
Just ice cream.
Okay.
It's
Can't give you
cooling.
an answer. I'm not a cake person.
Okay, why can't it be both? Why can't it be like I have cake and then I put ice cream on my cake? I want to have my freaking cake and eat it with my freaking ice cream. Why not?
I still prefer the ice cream.
Okay.
It's one of those two. Ice cream.
Either one or the other. Okay. This is my question.
Okay.
This time I got to ask Chef Imran. Okay.
Okay.
Remember we talked about this before we started shooting,
Okay.
right? Hummingbird cake. Okay, hummingbird cake. This is a fantastic cake that this wonderful chef done, and I swear I can never get enough of. And y'all can forget it. Okay, sounds a Jamaican one. Y'all cannot go to Sedel. All the other cannot mention him. All the other bakeries and buy one. Okay. Now hummingbird cake, which he made, and I indulged and I enjoyed it. What ice cream goes with it, or would you not recommend ice cream with hummingbird cake?
Just as it is.
Bullshit.
Yes.
I've been
Just
toying
as it
with that
is.
thought in my head whether or not I should plonk an ice cream on that cake. No. Okay, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us for this edition of KWC. This is the one where we talk about life as a chef, and these two gentlemen have given us their life stories, and it's been marvelous having them. Thank you so very much, guys, for being with me. Once again, it's been Chef Imran Kid and Chef Benny Se Teo. And this is Chris Henson. Remember, whatever you do, the waistline does matter. Share, like, and subscribe to the show. Until next time, keep safe, and stay sane.